Hey guys, Kev here. I want to do my first impressions on the Liong Mah L1. This is the left-hand version. This does come in a righty version. Kyle actually over at DTOM Knives and Gear has the right-hand version right now. So essentially, this is a universal knife. So I'll just call it the L1 first impressions, right? Since either of us handed people can go get one. There is a very limited number of lefty ones though, which makes sense because this is a $600 knife. It's an integral. He's not going to be able to sell a ton of lefty ones. So, but I love that he has them made, right? I mean, he must somehow have a deal with Riot where he can do that kind of stuff, because I don't think it's normal for makers to be able to get just a handful of one knife or whatever. But I'm very glad that he does. I got my coconut LaCroix. So I've had this for a day or so. I haven't carried it because it's a $600 knife that was loaned to me by Leon. Brand spanking new out of the box. I got it. I had to even cut the Riot little plastic package that the knife comes in. But that doesn't mean he can't still, sell it to somebody. So I can tell you the clip works fantastically. Love the ceramic ball. I love that he does that on his knives. And it carries very slim, very easily in pocket. I mean, I can double check it right now. I'm carrying another Liong. Yeah, man, this thing just goes right in the pocket, right out. Very, very nice, man. You can see here that clip is familiar, so I know it works really well. Might as well give you a size comparison. This is the Field Duty EDC. And there's your L1. So pretty much the same size knife right there for you. Obviously a little bit different in shape and such, but about the same size. This is a 3.5-inch blade, I believe, with 3.25-inch cutting edge. Ball bearings, carbon fiber, titanium, the whole shebang. This is cool. So this is S90V, and this is called a frosted satin, which to me still kind of looks like a bead blast, sort of. But they're calling it a frosted satin, which is, dude, it's freaking gorgeous, man. You have that fuller up here, which is important. It feels so good. It's a full flat grind. You have that pivot right there. It's kind of like a shield over there, and I guess it's a similar design on this side. I thought it was a circle. And then you can see that cutout right there. And that's part of the disassembly. So you can actually take the screw out and then, or take the pivot out and then take that piece out, which I'm guessing goes deeper in. It's not just that little corner. There's going to be an inset part down here. It's all going to come out. And then you're going to be able to get in there, get that first bearing out, and get there's a steel washer in there, most likely. And then you can get the knife apart a lot easier, and put it back together easier. The pivot would go through this side then. So just really cool design. Riot's been doing that a lot. I've seen it on the James Brand Barnes. And then Best Tech did a similar thing on the Vero Isotope. So anyway, back to this knife. You have this really cool, like, marbled shred carbon fiber inlays, which is really nice. I always say that Liong pushes Riot to their limit, and man, you can't even feel the transition here. I can feel that screw a little bit, but that's it. No transition right there. Nothing over here, nothing back here. Just so smooth, so well finished. There's a little lanyard post for you guys. Dead nuts on the centering. Action is so hard to get done on an integral. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a machinist or anything or an engineer, but I'd have to venture to guess that getting that right is tough. And if you screw up, well, this is all one piece of titanium with inlays on it, so you're going to be chucking that whole frame out, right? So yeah, anyway, there's your stop pin. Just a really cool design. I like it. The flipper tab has some jimping on it. It's very nice. I like how there's a cutout here for it. Very clean back here. Detent, perfect. I mean, I literally could not ask for a better detent. on this knife. Dialed to perfection for that flipper tab. And then you have that fuller, which you can get into and flick. Now, it's not the most intuitive to where I can sit there and just pull it out and, oh, maybe I can. I don't know. It's obviously something, if it was your knife, you'd get used to it. But it's definitely like way easier to access than it was on the Lanny that I had. But you'll see there, I still miss it occasionally. But the cool thing is you can do it, right? It's kind of Ferrum Forge Stinger-esque, or even that Eric Oaks Osprey I had. It just gives you an extra option, and it really bangs out when you do it because that detent styled so well. So I really appreciate being able to flick it. And then you have a very neutral handle right here and a finger choil up here. My hand just fits on back here, so very comfortable grip. The jimping lands in the right spot. You have that razorback jimping that Liong always does. So it's angled back so that when you push this way, you drive into it. And when you go this way, it feels pretty soft. There's that choil. So it's not very large, but it works for me. I can get my finger in there. And if I kind of pull back on that flipper tab, I'm protected. I'm not feeling the edge or anything. Definitely on the smaller end of choils. This edge is very well done. Riot does a great job. I'll get some paper. Just show you how well it's done. That's probably the most cutting I'll do with this knife, just because, again, $600, not mine. Obviously, I have the option to buy if I want to. So it's something I'll definitely be thinking about. I really like it. The closing action is not quite like guillotine drop shut. It really does kind of remind me of my Field Duty EDC. It drops to your nail like that, and then very smooth shake to close it. It's very, very smooth, just not drop shut. So it's nice. It really is. And this one, I tend to get that flipper tab hits me pretty early, and then you're about here, and then you got to start the shaking, right? If you kind of get used to it, you get down on that, it'll pass you by, and then you're almost closed. So it's just a kind of matter of learning the knife, right? It's just a very ergonomic, very comfortable, just like perfectly sized EDC knife. I've been saying that a lot lately, like that Osprey, the kite fin, just very, very EDC-able knives coming through right now. I would love to have this in my pocket every day. Definitely one that I would recommend to people. I still got to do the review. I still got to hang on to it for, a week or so and get more used to it. Not mess with the action, but play with it. And see what I ultimately think. But I'm pretty sure already that this is a winner, guys. Now, obviously, I know the price tag is going to be a little much for a lot of people. $600 and I think $6 or $609 for this. It's made by Riot, and again, Liong pushes them to the limit, it seems like. The right-handed ones are the same price, so I venture to guess that he has a lot more money in the lefty versions than the righty ones, but he's decided to sell them at the same price just to, because probably hard to sell something like this for more than that $609 or whatever, but yeah, it's a really cool piece. I can't wait to play with it a little more. I'm not like sure I would buy it yet, and it's not really because of anything like wrong with the knife or anything. I will say the price for me does seem it just is a little high for what I would want to spend. I'm not saying it's not worth it, because I think it is. That Riot made James Brand Barnes was an integral. That was $600. I really liked that knife, and that was on thumb studs. I much prefer a flipper and something I can flick like a fuller instead of thumb studs. So I definitely prefer this knife over that one, even though I liked it. And I get why that was $600. Just a lot that goes into an integral. So, yeah, those are kind of my traveling thoughts right now, whatever that means, on this guy. But I can definitely say if you're in the market for it, you have the money for it, and you're thinking about picking one up, it's a really cool knife. It really is. I'm impressed by it. I really am. I love that flipper tab. I like the simple just drop point design of it. It just looks sexy as hell. So another good one from Liong. I'll hit you guys up with the full review when I get there. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.